During his State of the Province address last week, a candid Premier Panyaza Lesufi admitted that the Gauteng province is facing a number of challenges. Now, despite this, when President Cyril Ramaphosa and his cabinet visit Gauteng, this will be tomorrow, they are likely to be told perhaps more about the achievements made by the province than the difficulties. Well, here to explain that is Newzroom Afrika's Juniour Khumalo, who joins us in studio to discuss Lesufi and the Johannesburg Mayor Dada Morero and what they're likely to say to the president and his ministers. Junior, good evening to you. The prelude to this discussion, we're going to get ourselves into trouble because they're going to say, but how do you know we're going to tell the president all of the good things about Gauteng and Johannesburg? So how do we know that the president is probably going to be shown the best side of Johannesburg tomorrow?
I think just taking from what the mayor of Johannesburg, Dada Morero, said on Monday when they were launching that co-chairpersonship of the Urban 20 between himself and the mayor of Tshwane, those utterances where he said that we want to prepare the roads that are going to be used by those individuals who are going to be coming to the G20 summit, it kind of gives you an understanding of what the province as well as Johannesburg are likely to say to the president and the cabinet ministers when they do visit. But also, this is not the first visit to a province by the president. He was in Limpopo last year. He was also in KZN and Mpumalanga. So he's gone to 3 provinces before. And we've listened to what those provinces have said to the president. Yes, they've admitted that there are quite a few challenges that they are faced with, but also they've highlighted all of those key areas of achievement that they've basically done. So that's where we are getting this assumption that Gauteng is going to speak about this. But Panyaza did speak last week about 13 challenges that the province is facing. So he's admitted to this, but he's also highlighted those achievements. Today we were at a school in Western area. That's one of the schools that is being built. Gauteng has a challenge when it comes to young people getting into government schools. In 2014, there were about 1,900 young people in government schools, but now the demand has risen. There are about 2.2 million young people that need the use of government schools as well. So those are some of the things that he's likely going to point to. His government has indicated that we are going to be building 4 schools every year until 2024 to try and alleviate some of these challenges. When it comes to the Gautrain as well, he's also indicated that they want to expand the Gautrain to also include those residents from Soweto, Lanseria. They also want a high-speed train from Gauteng all the way to Limpopo. So those are some of the issues that we expect him to speak about. But there has been some pushback from governance experts who are saying that these talk shows basically by the president don't amount to anything. If you know that there are challenges at local government level and provincial level, why not use the legal frameworks, such as placing these entities under administration? But let's take a listen to what one of those experts had to say earlier.
The presidency and sometimes these provincial governments treat these problems as something which can be done away with. You know, as in you visit, you speak to officials, you say fix this, and then it should be done. But if you look at the history of many of these problems, and I'll continue with the Mfuleni municipality, city of Joburg, and even Tshwane to a degree, these problems have long lasted for the last 10 years. So a simple visit is not the way. A simple, even getting task teams together with these provinces or even these municipalities is not the way. I think we're at a point where, look, we need intervention. But even the problem with sections 139 is that there's some research that has been done that even they sometimes get implemented, but nothing gets done.
Dr. T.K. Puwe there touches on one of the questions, perhaps, that I was going to end this conversation with, and that is that you would wish that the G20 would make a turn to Mfuleni, just so that the people of Mfuleni also feel important and that at least some parts of their areas get improved, because we know that the G20 is coming and South Africa is going to put forward its best side. It's going to show visitors the best. And so, Mfuleni, I doubt the G20 delegates are going to make a turn there at any point. And that municipality is falling apart. Perhaps that is what the president should be answering to tomorrow, and his team members. That's what they should be shown.
Indeed. Both the president and the cabinet members that are going to be there should have actually, that's what some of the residents that we spoke to when we went to Western area, should have gone to those places first before engaging with these political leaders. Because of course, they also want to preserve their jobs and they want to look like they are doing something for these residents. So that's what some of these residents were saying. Like, we should have had the president coming to these areas and then engaging with us first before hearing this sanitized version. But we did see the president about 3 days ago coming into the inner city of Johannesburg. Surprise visit. Even the mayor of Johannesburg says he was not aware of that visit by the president. So he is trying to make an effort to show that I'm interested to see the real version of what exactly is happening without the mayor, without the premier trying to sugarcoat the situation that is happening there.
All right. We shall see what happens tomorrow. The president visiting the Gauteng province, including the city of Johannesburg, looking at service delivery issues, but also, importantly, infrastructure. That inner city, Johannesburg. I hope he's going to be taken down there. Apparently, it is a rough side of Johannesburg. All right.